Welcome to St. Louis, where we have another game on tap here on opening day. The Cardinals going against the Twins. New pitcher for St. Louis, Phil Maton, the former Met, signed late into the offseason. And he is now in the game here at the top of the eighth to face Byron Buxton. Maton delivers a strike on the outside top edge of the zone, 0-1 on Byron.
Just buries it hard to pick up.
Maton fires. That's a ball just below the zone, 1-1.
On opening day in 2025, he's got a great chance to make a great impression. I got a feeling it was a pretty special day for him.
1-1, Maton fires. Nearly hit Byron. That'll be 1-2. 2-1. As that sinker ran away and nearly got Byron in the knee. 2-1, Maton pumps in a strike. 2-2 at the bottom of the zone. A cutter. And Byron calls time.
Certainly have a lot of guys that can maybe grow into similar roles, but can't have too many good arms and different ways to do it. Maybe it's not going to blow your doors off with a fastball. It doesn't have to. Moves the ball around, knows how to pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Buxton.
2-2, Maton fires, and that's fouled away. Oh, he swung and missed. Strike 3. A strikeout for Byron. He's 0 for 4 on the day. First batter Maton faces. First strikeout Maton has on the season. Now Trevor Larnach plays DH for the Twins. At bat. As Larnach takes a sweeper in the zone for a strike, 0-1.
Went to the Orioles. He's going through some knee surgery recovery. He did a great job. Great guy. Wish him well with the Orioles.
0-1. Maton delivers. Larnach pumps that ball past the third baseman for a single.
Perfect day. It's aboard for the 3rd time. That's his 2nd hit. And the Twins have the tying runner on here at the 8th.
Trevor Larnach now represents the game's tying run, as that ball went right past Arenado. We're going to get a pinch runner.
So the Twins will bring on a pinch runner. This is to Sean Kiersey.
Sean Kiersey Jr. comes in for Trevor Larnach.
Maton and Herrera. Because you got to figure Kiersey's going to be on the move here in a 1-run game.
So at bat now is the catcher Ryan Jeffers. As Maton fires, pumps in a sinker in the zone for a strike, 0-1.
This offseason for Ivan Herrera was working on the throwing arm and strengthening and the quick release, and very well may get challenged.
That's upstairs, 1-1.
As we said, the Twins have not been a real big running team the last couple of years. Injuries have played a big part in that. But that has been a point of emphasis for them this spring with guys like Kiersey, not just stealing.
Kiersey leading off at first. And he throws over the first. Kiersey gets back in time.
Even if he's not stealing too, very important for Phil Maton and the Cardinals to keep him close over there, because a tough guy to double up. Contreras tried to pull a Cat Herbeck over there, by the way. He tried to knock Kiersey off the bag. I like it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ryan Jeffers.
Kiersey goes. Fire to second. That's way up high. And Mason Wynn has to run over to get it. And Sean Kiersey steals second base easily. As Ivan Herrera nearly threw that ball into the outfield.
Well, That's the beauty of having a weapon like that on the bench, right? Having some speed, putting some pressure on late. Now pressure on Maton to keep him there at second.
Now Kiersey, the game-tying run at second. Jeffers at the plate, 2-1 on him. Phil Maton fires, and Jeffers hits that ball high into right field. Jordan Walker comes over and catches it. Kiersey doesn't tag. 2 outs in the top of the 8th.
Nice play by Walker. Good strong throw to the cutoff man. And now the Cardinals an out away from protecting the lead. And now it's Ty France, who was robbed in the 6th inning.
And now up to the plate comes the former Mariner, the former Red, Ty France. Minnesota's first baseman on the day. He has a single back in the 2nd inning. And let's see what he can do here. He's 1 for 3 on the day. Maton fires. And that curveball is just outside. 1-0. Or just inside, rather. 1-0.
Right guy, right time for the Twins. Ty France has been a clutch hitter.
Phil Maton fires. Ty France hits this ball into the gap in right center field. That ball's caught by Victor Scott. And that'll end the inning. Minnesota threatened. St. Louis held them off. Good inning by Maton and the Cardinals defense. We'll be right back in St. Louis. Bottom of the 8th here in St. Louis. Griffin Jacks comes in and fires a strike on the second baseman, Brendan Donovan. And 0-1 for Griffin Jacks. On Brendan Donovan. Jacks fires, and Donovan fouls that away. 0-2 for Griffin.
He's got that big fastball. Also has a really good sweeper, cutter. Only struck out 38% of batters he faced last year. If you like that sort of thing.
0-2, Griffin fires that changeup below the zone. 1-2. Minnesota down 1, just trying to have a shutdown inning with one of their electric arms. Out on the mound as Griffin gets a called strike 3 on Donovan for his first strikeout of the year. And that was straight paint on the edge of the strike zone. What a great pitch by Griffin there.
Here's Arenado, Nolan 1 for 3.
Nolan Arenado comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. A single in the 3rd. And he immediately goes after the first pitch. It was a fastball. He fouled it back. 0-1.
Looking ahead to the 9th inning, the Twins will have their 7, 8, 9 batters coming up. And you know who's getting
0-1. Griffin fires. Arenado destroys it to left. That ball is gone. Nolan Arenado hits a big home run in the bottom of the 8th and tells all the other teams, I'm going to be a Cardinal forever. 5-3 in the bottom of the 8th for Nolan Arenado, shutting down those trade rumors. That ball was crushed by Nolan Arenado. And the crowd wants a curtain call. Is Nolan going to come out? Not yet. Here he comes. Here's the curtain call for Nolan Arenado. Up to the plate is Alec Burleson. He goes after a changeup. 0-2 on him. The first pitch we missed, but it was a strike. But what an absolute big home run by Arenado to make it a 2-run Cardinal lead here in the bottom of the 8th.
We see a lot of little smiles across the face of Nolan Arenado.
0-2, Griffin fires. Burleson fouls that back. We'll do another.
You heard Jim Hayes report earlier in the game. Nolan Arenado went through an awful lot this offseason. But from the moment I saw him in spring training, he said, "My mind's in a good place. I'm ready to go. I'm good." If he's happy, then
That fastball's upstairs, 1-2 now on Burleson, as he's now fighting back in the count against Griffin. 1-2 to delivery. Burleson hits that ball to deep left field. Harrison Bader's under it, and he's got it for the second out.
This is Nolan Arenado, full side power, and found another gear end to the seats. That's your Budweiser play of the game, and to me, again, it's just the ability to get to 98 up and in. That was a pitch that beat him at times last year. Talked about him diving back into the work this offseason, wanting to prove something. Well, did it? Let me hear a little bit more for Nolan Arenado. Here's Herrera.
Now Von Herrera to the plate. 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, as he takes a changeup low in the zone, low below the zone for a ball, 1-0.
For fifth place among active players. He's hit 107 homers for the Cardinals.
1-0. Griffin pumps in a strike on the edge of the zone, 1-1. Now on Herrera.
The resume has got Cooperstown written all over it for Nolan Arenado.
1-1. Griffin fires. That's at the top of the zone for a strike, 1-2.
So 1-2 strikes for Herrera. The Cardinals start their season with 5 runs and 10 hits. That'll play.
Looks like we're going to get a new catcher into the game for the top of the 9th. 1-2 on Herrera. Griffin fires a sweeper outside to tie the count back up at 2. Full count. That sweeper missed low, and Griffin starting to lose control of Herrera.
That'll give Jordan Walker another chance.
Full count, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now a 2-run lead for St. Louis. Griffin fires. Herrera fouls that down toward third, and we'll do another pitch. Oh! As the ball boy tried to get the ball and went right through his legs. He got Bill Buckner. And Jax wants a new ball. He'll get one.
Cardinals put 4 runs on Pablo Lopez. They've added a run to Griffin Jax's career marks with the Arenado homer.
Full count. Griffin fires. Herrera fouls that back.
See what I like seeing in this game today for the Cardinals. They're taking their rips on their fastballs. You're not seeing too many heaters being let go inside the zone.
Full count the delivery. Herrera fouls that away. Down toward third. We'll have another pitch in this at-bat.
So a 9-pitch at-bat is brewing for Von Herrera.
Griffin fires. Herrera fouls that one back. We'll have another pitch.
3-2. He's ready to let it fly. Trust the hands. They're fast. Again, the 3-2.
Griffin fires. That's going to be a walk.
Terrific.
Fastball upstairs.
Herrera
Really good at bat from Ivan Herrera. And he'll get first base.
continues. And for this a team that doesn't walk many, Jax has given up a homer and a base on balls. And Rocco Baldelli's on his way out. And pitch count, I'm sure.
Rocco Baldelli comes out, It looks like the Twins are going to have a new pitcher. Justin Topa is coming out of the bullpen, and we'll be right back from St. Louis. 5-3, Herrera on first. Welcome back to St. Louis. 5-3, Cardinals over the Twins. New pitcher from Minnesota, Justin Topa, is now in, relieving Griffin Jacks, who gave up a walk and a home run in .2 innings. Justin Topa will have a runner at first to deal with 2 outs in this inning. That is Ivan Herrera at first after he just walked, or actually, I'm sorry, Michael Ciani will pinch run for Ivan Herrera. And coming up to the plate now for St. Louis is Jordan Walker. Pedro Pajes will relieve Ivan Herrera in the 9th behind the dish. As Walker goes after the first pitch, it's fouled away, 0-1.
Sinker, sweeper, cutter guy. He's got good change up too.
Topa checks, looks back at the first. He'll throw to Walker now, and that sinker is low, 1-1.
They give him the entire right side of the infield. If he can guide something that way.
1-1, Topa delivers. Walker swings and fouls off of him, 1-2.
That might have gotten Walker's leg too. I think might have fouled it off his maybe knee here. This is in his knee.
Yeah, fouled it off his thigh, yeah.
So Walker with
1-2.
And time call.
Timeout called by Jordan Walker there. Topa misses with the sweeper, 2-2.
That's one a year ago or so. He might have taken a hack. Pitch recognition. You know how the opposition is oftentimes going to try to tackle you, and that sweeper, the slider, is down and away. Specifically, where one he had a tough time laying off of the season ago.
Walker fouls that pitch back, and we'll have another.
Yes, you want to be a big league hitter, right? That seems easy on TV. So you actually step up there.
Topa fires to first, and Ciani gets back.
The 2-2 pitch.
The 2-2. Walker fouls that off. He's battling. Showing off that improved hitting skills.
Minnesota's committed the only error. That was Pablo Lopez on a throw. Newbar and Arenado have homered for the Cardinals. Harrison Bader's gone deep for Minnesota.
2-2. Runner on first, 2 outs. Walker pops that up in foul territory. Jeffers comes over, and it's into the grandstands. Walker is battling. This is the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up right here. Topa just misses with that sinker, full count.
So now Ciani with his blazing speed will be off and running. If Walker splits the gap to left center, Michael might be able to score from first.
Full count. Ciani goes. That's a walk. Topa just missed below the zone of that sinker, and the Cardinals have 2 on in the bottom of the 8th with 2 outs.
And Victor Scott the second is next. It's a tough take. Out of the hand, just a hair under the zone. Allows Diaz behind the plate.
And now, coming up to face Topa is the 8-hitter, Victor Scott the second. And he goes after the first pitch. It's fouled off.
Until Arenado's home run was a lead-saving catch. A tremendous running grab in the Minnesota 6 to rob Ty France of 1 and maybe 2 RBIs.
0-1 on Victor Scott. Topa fires. That ball's inside for a ball. 1-1 on that changeup.
Good job with runners in scoring position today for the Cardinals.
2 on, 2 out. At the bottom of the 8th, 2-run lead for St. Louis, trying to do some more damage. The pitch. Scott goes after it, but he fouls it off. 1-2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
That changeup's up high, and it's 2-2 again.
So Topa's had to work overtime. Especially early in the season, first series, you know how important that is. Make the opposition's bullpen.
2-2 the pitch. Scott fouls that.
Right there by Victor Scott.
And it'll stay at 2-2 again.
Victor's popped out, lined out, and struck out. After a scintillating spring, he's paid dividends on opening day defensively. The 2-2 pitch.
2-2. That's outside. That's full count. Again.
Full count. So now both runners go. Ciani from second, Walker at first. Twins have thrown 36 pitches in the 8th inning.
Topa steps off. Gives himself some time to reset and try and attack Victor Scott. Topa fires. Scott fouls that one off.
Victor's got everything timed.
That was inside. That would have been a walk if Scott laid off.
He did scorch that one last time out in the 6. It was a hard
As this is a really big at-bat here for both sides.
Hits a hard gun on him quickly.
1 hit, scores 2. But a strikeout ends the inning. Big pitch here. Scott pops it up to left field. Harrison Bader's underneath of it, and he catches it for the final out of the 8th inning. And we'll go to the 9th, where the Cardinals will have Ryan Helsley, their closer, try and get a save here on opening day.
He comes on for the 9th inning. Well, might as well. 49.
Top of the 9th inning, Ryan Helsley comes into the game for the Cardinals to try and collect his first save of the season on the first day of the year, opening day. He also is subjected to trade rumors, just like Nolan Arenado this offseason. Helsley's first batter will be Willie Castro. Helsley fires. Willie swings and misses at the first offering, 0-1. Pedro Pajes is the new catcher in the game. Victor Scott moves over to right, and Michael Ciani comes into the game in center field. Willie fouls that back, and they'll be 0-2.
As we said, record-setting season for Ryan Helsley. And you want to talk about a guy, Brad, finishing a season with a flourish. That's exactly what Ryan did as the Cardinals closer last year.
So 0-2 now. Helsley's going to try and put Willie away. He's going to have to face the bottom of the order. Willie's the 7 hitter. Helsley fires, and that slider is below the zone, in the dirt actually, 1-2.
You pitch in the Cardinals bullpen, the guys that have closed here, they are illustrious names, Hall of Fame guys. And Ryan Helsley had more saves in 1 year than any of them. Well, last year. I do think that the crazy part about that is
1-2. Helsley fires, and Willie fouls that one off.
Look at the all-time single-season save leaders for the Cardinals. Right, it's the who's who. It's Hall of Famers: Lee Smith, Bruce Sutter, Cardinals Hall of Famer Jason Isringhausen, Trevor Rosenthal. One of the best in the business wearing the birds on the bat. So pretty special company for Ryan Helsley.
1-2. Helsley fires and called strike 3. He got Willie looking. First out of the ninth. First strikeout of the year for the closer of the St. Louis Cardinals, Ryan Helsley. And that pitch was at 102 miles per hour, and Willie could do nothing about it. Now is the third baseman Jose Miranda up to bat, and he takes a strike at the top inside corner of the zone. 0-1 on Miranda. Minnesota down 2, nobody on, 1 out in the top of the ninth against St. Louis's closer. Helsley fires, and Miranda is full. He swings at a slider in the dirt. 0-2 now on Jose Miranda.
To Ryan Helsley, the best in the business in the ninth inning. Listen to this ballpark.
0-2 on Miranda. Helsley trying to collect another strikeout. 0-2 delivery. Miranda fouls it off. And we'll see another.
Looking for the heat, and got a wrinkle, was able to foul that off.
Oh, 0-2. The pitch. Got him! Miranda swings and misses at the slider. And Helsley's got 2 strikeouts in the inning. Minnesota down to their final out. And it'll come down to their 9th batter in the lineup. Who is the former Cardinal, Harrison Bader. Helsley fires. That's a fastball up high, 1-0. Harrison Bader's already hit a home run today. And he will try to extend this 9th inning for Minnesota and get the tying run up to the plate. Helsley misses with the fastball barely on a 50-50 pitch. It's 2-0.
2 balls, no strikes.
2-0 the count. Pitch from Helsley. That's a strike on the inside top corner of the zone. 2-1 now as Helsley comes back. 2-1. Delivery. Just missed with the slider outside. 3-1 now on Bader. Looking to deliver a walk here.
We'd like to see him on Saturday. But Helsley's got to come back from a 3-1 count to make that happen.
3-1 on Bader. Helsley fires. Gets a strike in the same spot as the first one. And the count is full. Minnesota down to their final strike of the evening. What a pitch by Helsley. And here we go. Helsley fires. Bader rips it down the third baseline for a base hit. Into the corner. Bader is going to round first and get to second easily with a stand-up double. That is a big hit from the former Cardinal, Harrison Bader. Got it right past the diving Arenado and into the left field corner to get a double. Arenado just late. And gets right by him. And now Minnesota has some life. This is the game-tying run at the plate. And it's the top of the order. Matt Wallner up to bat. It's a lefty-righty matchup. Slider up high, 1-0. For 3 on the day for Matt Wallner. He does have a walk in the 5th. Bader on second. Wallner the game-tying run. And he fouls that down the first baseline. 1-1. Minnesota is 1 for 7 today with runners in scoring position. St. Louis is 3 for 11. One and one. Helsley fires. Wallner grounds that ball down the first base line again for a foul ball, and it's 1-2. The Twins down to their final strike again. Ryan Helsley trying to put this away. Matt Wallner calls timeout. One-two, Helsley fires. Wallner swings and misses at the low slider, and the Cardinals win 5-3 on opening day. Helsley gets his first save of the new season. St. Louis starts off their year 1-0 with a home 5-3 win over the Twins. See y'all later. Harvey out. Peace.